Hi everyone, this is Miss Ari. Welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday activity. I am so excited that you are joining me today. So today what we will be doing is an art activity that will actually build on what we discussed last week in Wellness Wednesday. And if you were with us last week, you'll remember that we talked about the topic of self-esteem and what that means to believe in our own abilities and have confidence in what we can offer. Now, if you weren't with us last Wednesday, that is no problem. I will review self-esteem, and I will also explain how today's activity can help us build upon our self-esteem. But before we get started, there are a few quick items that we will need, so I will review those now. So the first thing that we will need are colored slips of paper. Now, each color will align with a different adjective, and I will get into that later. But for now, you will need 7 different colors. I have the basic 7 colors of the rainbow. So we've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. But you are welcome to use other colors if you don't have those. I have colored construction paper. If you don't have construction paper, that is no problem. You can take some markers and you can actually color in white paper to make it the color that you'd like it to be. So that is what I have done for purple and pink. I didn't have those colors in construction paper, so I just took white paper and I colored them. So if you don't have any construction paper but you have some markers at home, you can color in whatever color markers you'd like to use. But like I said, I have the 7 basic colors of the rainbow. And if you don't have construction paper or colored markers, that is also totally fine. What you can do is take any pen or pencil and you can still cut out white slips of paper and you can write on it what color you'd like it to be. So this could be pink, your next one on white could be red, etc. So those are either the colored strips of paper or the markers that you'll need. You'll also need a pair of scissors to cut out these strips of paper. And the last thing that you will need is either a stapler or some tape. Or if you don't have either of those, you can use some paper clips if you happen to have paper clips. If you don't have any of those 3 things, you can still participate in the activity. I will just explain how yours might look a little bit different once we get to that step of the project. So take a couple minutes and grab your construction paper or your markers, your scissors, stapler, tape, paper clips, whatever item you do have, and then join us back when you have those materials. Awesome, welcome back everyone. I hope you found the supplies that you'll need. And remember, if you don't have 1 or 2 of the things that I mentioned in the supply list, don't worry, you can still participate and it will be a really great activity. So, like I mentioned, today we will be doing kind of part 2 of self-esteem. So, as a reminder, self-esteem is our own belief in ourselves. So that means how do we think of ourselves? What do we think we can accomplish? And oftentimes we are pretty down on ourselves and don't give ourselves credit for the amazing abilities and attributes that we can bring to school, to the Boys and Girls Club, to our families, to our communities. So this activity will help us reflect on the amazing accomplishments and characteristics that we do have, and hopefully allow us to feel more confident in ourselves and our abilities, and to feel really happy with the person that we are and that we're continuing to grow into be. So today's activity, what we will be building is a chain of confidence. And so, as I mentioned in our list of items that we needed these strips of paper. So actually what these strips are gonna turn into once we've written something on it is a chain link. So kind of like a circle, and that's what we needed the stapler or the tape or paper clip for. So what each of these colors refers to is one of these adjectives on this page. So purple means that we are loyal, and what loyal means is that we are dedicated to our friends, our family. We are very trustworthy, and we always, tell the truth, and we keep good relationships with people that we care about. So that's what loyal is. And so when we get into some time to fill out these strips, if you feel like loyal is a characteristic that applies to you, you will write on your purple, or whatever color you have decided to be your loyal strip, you'll write I am loyal. Next we have orange, and orange is courageous. So courage means that we are really brave. It means that even if something might be scary for us, or we haven't tried it before, we push through and we try it anyway. So that demonstrates a lot of courage. So if you do feel like courage applies to you, you will write I am courageous on your orange or whatever other color you have selected as courage, and we'll do that in a couple minutes. The next color we have is blue. Now blue means that I am strong. Not this kind of strong, like can lift a lot of things, although if that applies to you, you can fill out a blue. I was thinking more of strong, like tough-minded, like if something doesn't go our way, we continue to push through and we try again, and if we get knocked down, we stand back up and we keep pushing forward to continue to grow. So that is what you'll fill out. If you feel like you are a strong person, you will write I am strong on blue in a couple minutes. Moving on to green. So green is our I am a good friend link. And I know so many of us are good friends, so I do hope that everyone fills out green. And so if you are a good friend, you will write, I am a good friend. Now, being a good friend might mean that you pay attention to your friends, that you ask them how their day is going, you support them with their school, you maybe play sports together. However you define what a good friend is, you will apply that to this green page or slip of paper. The pink one is creative. So creative means if you kind of think outside the box, if you like to try maybe new dance moves or artistic moves or activities, and that lets you to just try different things and let your brain kind of wander, and that can be creativity. So if you feel like you are a creative person, you will fill out I am creative on pink. Next we have red, and red means I am kind. So if you think that you are a kind person, meaning that you care about others, you care about the community, maybe you ask someone if they're okay if you notice they're crying, maybe you pick up trash if you notice there's trash on the ground because you're being kind to the environment. There are so many different ways that we can be kind. So if you feel like you are a kind person, you will write I am kind. And our last one is yellow, and that is I am positive. So if you think that you are generally a positive person, you're motivating and encouraging other people, even if things don't go your way or your family or your friends' ways, if you're encouraging them to keep trying and keep happy and keep moving forward, you are a positive person. So if you do feel like that applies to you, you will write I am positive. So now that we have reviewed what each of the 7 colors means, I'm going to give you all some time to fill out your I am statements for whatever colors you feel apply to you. And I will leave this color or this color code page right in the middle so that you can reference it. And remember, if only some of these apply to you, that is more than fine. If all of them apply to you, you can fill out all of the 7 colors. If you feel like you are the strongest person in the world, you can fill out 2 blues for I am strong. So this really is up to you. You can be creative with it, but remember, whichever characteristics you feel apply to you, and of course there's no wrong answer, you're going to write I am and whatever that word or phrase is on the appropriate color slips. So let's take a couple minutes to do that step, and then we'll join back and we'll make our chains of confidence. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully you've taken a few minutes to write on your slips of paper whatever colors you felt like applied to you. You would write I am and then that word or phrase. So now you should have a nice array of colors. Oh, flip those around. So to describe the person that you are. So the next step that you're going to do is this is how we're going to build our chain. So in whatever order you would like, what we're going to do is we're going to start making a link. So you can use your stapler, you can use your tape, And if you don't have tape or a stapler, you can if you have glue, you can try and use glue. You can use that paper clip that we talked about before. But if you don't have any of those things, you can lay them out next to each other as kind of just like a grid. And so they won't be a chain link, but they can be reminders to you at home that you have amazing attributes. So if you do have a stapler or a tape, those might be a little bit easier. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna make a circle, then you're gonna staple it or tape it in the middle. So it looks like a little ring. And on the outside, it should say I am, in whatever color you chose to do first. So let's go ahead and make our chain circles. Let's use the tape. So I'll demonstrate, since my stapler is acting up a little bit, I'll show you how you can use the tape. So you just take a little bit of tape and you're gonna just fold it over where the ends meet. Okay, so now if you have a couple out, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna start linking them. So I started the first two as just closed circles, but with the next couple, I'm going to start looping my circles in and out of each other so that they start to grow together. Now, if you don't want to make kind of like a full chain, you can keep them as regular circles. It's totally up to you however you'd like to design this chain of confidence. So we're gonna keep them growing and adding more. And remember, if you have 4 different colors or even 3 different colors, that is amazing. If you have 10 different slips of paper that you've filled in, that is also amazing. There is no wrong answer with these because everything is all about how you see yourself. So maybe if you have only a couple different colors and maybe you didn't feel like creative applied to you yet, maybe that's a good challenge to try to grow your creativity. So by that, it could mean maybe you doodle more or you read more books so that your imagination can start thinking of different lands or traveling destinations or different magical unicorns or whatever comes to mind. Creativity is so cool because there's no wrong answer with being creative. All of it is just about you and your mind expressing itself however it would like. So again, if you didn't fill out or didn't think all of the characteristics applied to you, that is not wrong. You can just pick a couple of those to grow. So now, once you've looped everything together with your stapler, your tape, your paper clip, your glue, or you've laid them out in front of you, you should have either a nice list of characteristics or a chain of confidence. And so if this is really long, maybe you want to wear it as a necklace, although it's kind of baggy a little bit. Or maybe you want to hang it somewhere in your room or on your fridge to remind yourself of all the amazing qualities that you have and allow this to help you grow in your self-confidence and your self-esteem and remind you that you are wonderful people. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to add even more characteristics. We only used 7 colors and 7 words, but if you'd like to add more, you can add in different colors. You can share this activity with your neighbors or your family, whomever you're spending time with right now, to help everyone feel confident in their self-esteem and in their abilities. So thank you so much for joining me for this chain of confidence activity. I hope you enjoyed and that it allowed you to see yourself in new and positive ways. And I cannot wait to join you again next week for another Wellness Wednesday video. So until then, hope you stay happy and healthy, and I will see you in a video soon. Take care.